100 strong, 100 strong. What's that word, family? We back in the building. It's your homeboy, Loafing to Go. And we about to do a couple of reactions off of some of my favorite bloggers and a couple of news stories we're going to add up in there. Shout out to everybody that's doing these videos, that's out here actually putting in the work, trying to bring awareness to the communities, because that's what we need the most. We need awareness, because to be aware is to what? To be alive. All right, so I'm gonna start this video off right here, or start this live off right here, and feel free to hit us up on the Cash App at TEEZ108, man. Yeah, that's TEEZ108 on the Cash App if you want to help support the channel, because that's what the channel needs. The channel needs just a little bit of support. All right, so we back for our fourth season, man. This is the fourth season that Loafing to Go has been out here putting you people on to game, putting you people on to what's actually going on in our communities, man. So I'm gonna bring up the first video, man. We got Swiper in the building, man. We talking about Blasian, man. Yeah, Blasian. She put on the gloves, man. She put on the gloves, got down on the fight. And this is happening. This is coming off the heels of Mellow Bucks getting into a fight where, according to some sources, the person may have or may have not been stabbed by Mellow Bucks. Evidently, Mellow Bucks does not play, man. But Blasian, she actually got up in the gloves, and Swiper was talking about it. So let's just check out what Swiper had to say about the whole entire situation.
Yo, it's your boy Trench News, and I'm back at y'all with another one. Appreciate all love, support. Thanks for everyone who subbed to the channel. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do. Make sure you join the membership. Shout out C Hood. Shout out the Real Mod Squad. Make sure you go and get my book on Amazon. It's out now, man, on Amazon. My book.
Yeah, make sure y'all go out there and pick up the book, man. The book is out on Amazon. How to Survive, or How Did He Survive Drill Rap, man. How did he survive the drill scene in Chicago, man? Swiper, one thing about him is he get up here with that mask on, though. He got that mask on. He get up here and he tell people that, in order for us to change our community, we got to start snitching, man. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't mad at him for saying that. That's what he believes. We got to start snitching in order to change the community. What do y'all think about that? Do y'all think that more snitching in the Black community, will that help our situation? I'm not sure about that. It'll put more Black men in jail. We know that for a fact. But it'll keep our children out the hands of the predators that's out here running the streets rampant, man. It definitely will keep our children off of the hands of these predators. Some of them live on your couch, man. Single mothers, some of them live on your goddamn couch. We got to get these mass murderers up out of here. But let's check them out.
But enough of that, y'all. I am Blasian, man. I am Blasian, whatever y'all want to call it. Blasian, Seth's daughter. Man, they put on the gloves, man. They put on the gloves, and she ain't just put on the gloves with anybody, man. She put on the glove with Trigger little sister. Trigger is a member from OBN who D Wade and them rep, and Blasian is from the 757 and all that. Who what she be repping and stuff. Not that I recommend them rep anything, because all the shit a myth, but for the girls to put on the gloves, man, making the males look bad, man. Y'all looking bad now, man.
See, now I have to disagree with Swiper. The girls putting on the gloves, making the men look bad. All right, so first off, let me say this, man. Any violence is violence. Whether you fighting somebody, whether you stabbing them, you shooting them, you killing them, whatever, man. Any type of violence is violence, and it can lead to more violence. That's all that a single act of violence would lead to. These women, a lot of them, or these guys, man, a lot of them ain't gonna be able to shake hands after a fight, after they get their ass whooped, especially nowadays, because somebody's gonna record the shit, just like we see with this particular video right here. Somebody recorded it, put it out there. It's on the internet. Y'all can go search it up. But somebody's gonna put that shit out there on the internet, and somebody's gonna be embarrassed by fighting. Somebody's gonna be embarrassed, y'all. And what's gonna happen after that is just gonna be a case like 757 Munno, man. I'm about to get to that video too, man. He got 20 years for a fight. That's what I'm telling y'all, man. Any sign of violence is violence, man. We gotta just talk it out. Like mature adults, man. We got to talk it out. We got to let people believe in what they want to believe in. And as long as they not bothering us, as long as it's not affecting us, we got to just let it go, man. Let's continue.
The females, we seen Mellow Bucks, and we seen the other girl who Mellow Bucks was fighting. Then we just seen Blasian Dow. Now Blasian Dow,
And he brought up Mellow Bucks, man. That's a good thing because I heard it was a one-on-one fight. I heard maybe she got stumped out. I heard maybe the girl got stabbed. You know, Mellow Bucks ain't no joke. She out here representing where I used to stay at, man, on 79th and X's, man. Shout out to that whole area out there, man. You know, shout out to Lakeside, and also shout out to the brothers over there in Terrortown, or as they call it now, NLMB. But you know, yeah. Fighting, arguing over the internet. We all got to come to a point where it's like, look, it's not worth it. These ladies have careers. They don't need to be out here boxing, fighting, putting on the gloves, showing off for nobody. These ladies have careers. They have futures. These men have careers. They have futures. You know, I don't want to see nobody fight, but let's continue.
I'll just put it on a little trigger, little sister. She wiped out. She was it was personal, man. You could tell like it was personal, but it was fair. Nobody, no violence, nobody died. None of that, man.
See, there you go again saying no violence, man. But that's not true, Swipe. It was violence because it was a fight. Even though they had on gloves and all of that, Blasian Dow wiped her out. You know, so what's next, man? What's gonna happen next? That's the situation. That's what I'm trying to get across to you, brothers and sisters, man. Fighting is not a good thing. But if you have an issue where you feel like you want to do some type of boxing match, put it on live, put it where people got to pay to get in on some type of Discord or something like that. Don't just put it out here for free. If you're going to fight and you in entertainment, you got to get paid off of that shit, man. Excuse me. You got to get paid off of that shit. It don't make no sense to be out here doing anything when you're an entertainer and you're not getting paid for it. So shout out to those young ladies that did their thing. They fight and they put the gloves on, whatever, man. You know, let me pull this up real quick. They can't take punches, you know. Yeah, that's true. The men can't take punches, and they don't wanna get out here and box. And you also asked me a question: do I support Trench's news? That's a hard question to answer. I support me. I support my family. You know, I support the guys. Trenches ain't one of my guys. I don't support him snitching, getting on the stand, doing government type stuff. But I understand where he's coming from. Because he has the thought process that he wants to change the community, and his way of changing the community is snitching. You know what I'm saying? They call them snitches news now. And I'm not mad at the young brother for doing what he feel is necessary for the community. I'm not upset with him doing what he feel is necessary. But we got to realize this, man. Everything has a consequence. Even these fights right now, even these fights have consequences. So when you look at it and you be like, "Lo, this nigga snitches news, all of that." Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's kind of corny. And to some people, it's kind of cool. Some people feel like he's actually standing up for the community. So when it comes down to do I support him, I support my people. I support my people, man. And I ain't gonna say that I support what he did, but I do support his YouTube channel and what he got going on, man. He's been doing it for a while. He blew up off of this shit. And what can you say about it? What can you say about it? Yeah, he's a snitch. Yeah, he's a snitch. Yeah, snitches news. But I understand sort of what he's talking about. I understand sort of, you know. We got to work with our community leaders. We got to work with the people that's making a difference in the community. We got to work with, do we call the average person that's a community activist, do we call them a snitch? Because Snitch's News or Trench's News, he actually gave up his gang ties. So now he's calling himself a civilian. Do we call the everyday civilian, do we call him a snitch? I don't think so. I don't think we call the actual everyday community people snitches. And that's the thing about it. That's the thing about it. Now he want to be a community person. So he's not claiming a set. He's not claiming a gang or nothing like that. So I do have to say that the young brother may be considered a snitch to some. And you say, Big Dale stay in some BS. He seemed like a hater. All right. All right, me and Big Dale, we had our little thing going on. We had our thing going on to where we didn't trust each other. We didn't like each other, but we had that mutual respect. We had that mutual respect for each other. And I respect Big Dale. You know, I do believe that you may be wrong with this comment right here. I do believe that Big Dale is actually out here, you know, he's trying to get the peace movement going. Somebody got to spearhead it. Trench's News is trying to get the snitching going, right? He's trying to get you to tell on your kids, hide your wife, all of that type of stuff. He's trying to get you to tell on your kids. I do believe that Big Dale is out here and he's trying to make a difference. He's trying to get us to a peaceful resolution in our community, because that's what we need. We need peace. And I just don't think that boxing can lead to peace. Boxing can actually lead to more things. All right, so let's move on just a little bit. We got Uncle Hank, man. He finally spoke out. Let's bring that up real quick. Uncle Hank, he finally spoke out. If y'all don't know, man, if you've been hiding under a rock, they all working together. They just don't see it. Yeah, they all working together. I believe that. But yeah, let's move on to Uncle Hank, man. They had a Halloween party. A mass shooting happened at this party, man. 15 people shot. Can y'all believe that, man? 15 people in our community, man. Children, man. Mothers, daughters, sons, brothers, uncles, aunties. They were shot, man, including Uncle Hank. Now, Uncle Hank, you know, he's a comedian and all of that. And my thing is this, man. I wanted to actually go to this party. I didn't think nothing like this was going to happen.
We begin here at 5 with a CBS 2 exclusive. A Chicago man with a bullet lodged in the back of his head says he believes he's alive for a reason. He was one of 15 people shot during a Halloween party in North Lawndale yesterday morning.
That victim is talking from his hospital bed only to our Sade Gray. And Sade, incredibly, Paris Brown is doing pretty well.
That's right, Joe and Marie. If you can even believe it, after being shot twice, 29-year-old Paris Brown still had enough energy to speak with us and make an Instagram video letting his viewers know he survived the mass shooting.
Good guys.
29-year-old Paris Brown is recovering after being shot in a mass shooting in North Lawndale, but he is still suffering from his wounds.
Yeah, I was shot twice. Ow.
He was shot twice.
I was shot in my back. It went up my back, shot at my shoulder blade, came out of my neck. Went back.
Damn, that's terrible, man. Young man shot in his back, came out of his neck. This is what our children got to deal with. This is exactly what our children got to deal with. That's why the peace movement is so important. Not only in Chicago, but all across the world. Does peace and snitching go hand in hand? I'm not sure. I'm going to have to continue this video to give more further details on what I believe.
Back into my neck. And now the bullet is lodged in my skull, at the back of my head.
This isn't the first time he's been shot. In 2012, he was shot in the back and paralyzed.
Someone shot up our vehicle.
All right, so let's get this straight, man. This guy goes to a Halloween party. He's already in the wheelchair after being shot. He goes to a Halloween party and gets shot again. That's crazy. What did this nigga do? You know what I'm saying? Did he do something in the past life or something like that? Did he do something to deserve to be put in a wheelchair chair, then shot again while he was in a goddamn wheelchair. This make no sense, man. But Uncle Hank speaks out on this. You know, shout out to the Chicago comedians. And like I said, when I saw this going down my timeline on Instagram, all I thought was, this seemed like a pretty cool thing right here. I never imagined that our people would be shot up like just dogs, man, in the middle of the goddamn streets. I never imagined our people would be just shot up like dogs like this. And like I said, this is so fucking sad. He was already in a wheelchair.
Why, I don't know. I was the only person shot. I got shot in the back, and I've been paralyzed since.
Chicago police say 15 people were shot inside the venue on the 1200 block of South Pulaski. Jermaine Banks and Darian Brown, who's not related to Paris.
All right, so let me start off by saying this. 13th and Pulaski. I done been around there before. I hung out there. You know, we've been on the west side a few times. I was scared as hell on the west side, but I still had to man up and say, shit, Chicago, the whole city is my stomping ground. I had to man up and say, this is part of my area. But we was on the south side, we was taught to be the fear the west side back in the day as shorties, man. You know, don't go out west, man. Don't y'all take that motherfucking blue line yet. I know y'all ditching school, hopping on them L's, going back and forth from Howard to 95th Street. Don't get on that goddamn blue line and go out west, man. Them niggas is doing some crazy shit. We was hearing about some crazy shit out west. But, you know, these comedians right here, man, I think that's Big Lowdown. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Lowdown. And that's Uncle Hank right there. In this video right here, I don't see Uncle Hank wearing the bandage that he had on the other video. So I don't think he was shot. I'm not sure. Let's see what he got to say.
Chris Brown are both local comedians. They helped promote the party. Before the chaos, Darian Brown says the suspect asked to take a picture with him.
I took a picture with the guy, telling me he drove up there. I don't know if he was from there. I think he's from. I don't know. I don't really know, but he was telling me like, yeah, he a big fan and stuff. I mean, I took a picture with him. Like, it was a good night. Like, but that was earlier that night.
Banks says the suspect got.
All right, so this guy, man, he took a picture with him. So he was seen throughout the party. The suspect was seen throughout the party. Everybody's seeing him. Hank remembers him. So out of hundreds of people that was there, Hank remembers this one particular guy. So he was just doing too goddamn much, man. That's what I see. I see this guy was doing too much. But y'all know this one thing, Uncle Hank, he not talking like Uncle Hank. He should have got on the news and had his Uncle Hank voice. No, but this is a serious situation. So he had to actually speak like he had some common sense. I thought the nigga talked like that for real in real life, man, because I know niggas that talk like that and they won't change up for nothing. So I thought Uncle Hank actually spoke like that all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, but shout out to these guys, man, for leaving there. And being alive, man. They alive, but they ended up leaving with their lives still intact, man. All limbs. You know, I feel sorry for the guy in the wheelchair, man. Like, how much can a brother take, man? You know, how much can you take in this lifetime? But let's continue with the story.
Got drunk and was kicked out of the party by security. He says the suspect went to his car and got a gun.
How many shots would you say you heard?
I don't know.
I wasn't counting. It just didn't say. It just at the moment, it just didn't seem like it was gonna ever quit. It wasn't gonna end. And the only thing flashing through my mind is I just pray that this is not my last day.
A prayer similar to Paris Brown.
I'm all over the place mentally right now, but I know that I'm happy to be alive, grateful, and I know that.
I don't want to crack a joke on this guy, man, but since he was in the wheelchair and he got shot in his back, he got shot twice. I wonder, did he feel it? You know what I'm saying? Did he feel it? Did he feel the bullets? Did somebody say, hey, man, you got shot, man, you got blood dripping down your back? Or did he feel it? Because, you know, he's already in a goddamn wheelchair. And that's just sad, man. So where was he at? Where was he at to get shot twice by a crazy person who got kicked out of the party? Did he come back into the building or did he just shoot people that were standing outside? I can imagine a lot of people were standing outside smoking blunts, smoking cigarettes, you know what I'm saying, talking on their cell phones, trying to get other people to come to the party. I can imagine that. But my thing is, man, you know, how much shit can a brother take? And did this guy feel the bullets hit his body?
I'm alive for a reason, so I'm going to continue to stand on that.
Thanks.
Wow. We got a guy in a wheelchair talking about he gonna continue to stand on it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. That's crazy. You know. But I do want to say, man, I'm glad that ain't nobody died from what I heard. Nobody died in this particular situation because we just had that crazy, that crazy mass shooting out in Maine where like 18 people were killed in two separate different places. 18 different people were killed, I do believe. And that's just crazy as hell to me that one night of going outside trying to enjoy yourself can end up like this, man. One night of going outside trying to enjoy yourself, trying to enjoy the weather, trying to enjoy the season, it's Halloween. But does that mean that Devil's Night is true? Does that mean that Devil's Night, Halloween, is just a bad fucking holiday? Maybe Devil Night is true. I'm not sure, man. But what I can tell y'all is this. I can tell y'all that the devil is out here working. The devil is working. God is also working. You got to choose a side. That's the only side that got to be picked. Pick which side you want to be on, man. It's true. It's true, definitely. All right, so 757 Munno, man. Y'all know about this? Y'all know about this? All right, so apparently this is the
y'all know what it is, y'all know what it ain't.
Hold on 1 second, X-Man Rico. All right, apparently, man, this is the reason why I said that fighting can't be good. Fighting can't be good. Look at the title, man. 757 Munno sentenced to 20 years for killing a man after losing a fight. After losing a fight, the embarrassment of getting your ass whooped, you can show how good you is with the triggers. You can show how good you is with the guns, right? That's exactly what happened in this situation, man. This brother took it out of town. This brother took it out of town in Minnesota. Minnesota and Chicago. We all remember that King Louis video when King Louis was on stage and shots rang out at that Minnesota concert. Minnesota, I lived out there too, man. Believe it or not, I lived a lot of places, man. I used to work for the Gophers, man. I used to work out there at the Mall of America, man, and when they had Snoopy Land. That was back in the day, man, if y'all can remember that shit. So I like Minnesota, man. When we first went out there, man, the first thing I saw was white squirrels running around. I was like, what the fuck? I've never seen a white squirrel before in my life. You know, in Chicago, we only got the little silver, the little gray squirrels that be running around. They look like crackheads. They are skin. These squirrels in fucking Iowa and the squirrels in fucking Minnesota, man, they were different colors. They was fat. I'm talking about juicy squirrel. Now I see why white folks eat squirrels. The motherfuckers is like rabbits. You know what I'm saying? They about the size of fucking rabbits, man. But yeah, this guy went to Minnesota. He took it to Minnesota, and he ended up catching the murder case, and he got 20 years. So let's listen in real quick on X-Man Rico.
Hey, look, I know y'all thought I forgot, but I ain't forgot. There's a lot of people that's in jail right now that us as bloggers, and I gotta put myself in that pool. We've been reporting on a lot of these different rappers and individuals who've been catching these cases, and then poof, they disappear. No updates. But I got one for y'all today. 757 Munno, the 7-foot assassin who went from the rack to Minneapolis, bringing the rack behavior with him, which I can't blame him for. You know, if you get jumped or beaten, any type.
All right, so that was very important what he just said, man. He went from the rack to Minnesota, and he brought the rack behavior with him, and that's what we do. We do that a lot. We bring our behavior. You can take a nigga out the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out of nigga, man. That's true. You can take, a nigga and put him in a mansion, and he's still gonna be doing dumb, ignorant shit, running around with guns, doing drugs, doing whatever the fuck he want to do. That's very much true, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that. So this guy took it to Minnesota, made some enemies, made some ops up there in Minnesota, ended up getting into a fight, getting his ass whooped, because in this photo right here, we can see that he's tall as hell, man, but he's too fucking thin to win, man, So he ended up getting his ass kicked. And what did he do, man? He decided, made a conscious decision to go back, kill one person, and injure a couple of more people, man.
But where you gonna want your lick back? You feel me? I get it. I understand that. But he went down there with that rack mentality, got into a fight at a corner store, a liquor store, either or, maybe both. Cause I never been to Minnesota, and the guy he was fighting, he had to come back, and he unfortunately took his life after losing the fight, and that's Munno did. And he was sentenced to 20 years today for murder, attempted murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, amongst a whole other list of charges. I got all the list of charges right here that you see on your screen. He was just sentenced to 20 years.
All right, so these charges, man, assault in the first degree. You got multiple different charges, but one thing that Rico just said that kind of got me is that he never been to Minnesota. Now, you never been to Minnesota, bro? You sure? But you've been to Cali, you've been to all these other places. Minnesota, man, that's the in our neck of the woods. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I stayed out there for a short period of time, small, very short, man, period of time. I enjoyed myself, man. Minnesota was pretty cool with me, but I mind my business when I go places. I don't be involved in the street shit necessarily. Not everywhere, of course, I got to bump heads with all my dogs, you know what I'm saying, that's out there. And a lot of them are convicted fellas. A lot of them are still drug dealers, still trying to figure out their way in life. But this guy, man, the best thing about this, and I think that Rico got to this point. 20 years is a W for a person that's 25 years old. You know what I'm saying? He going to get out of that jail, man, and he might not be dead anymore. He might be able to hold some weight down, you know what I'm saying? Because you're going to be working out, you're going to be doing your thing in there. So he might be able to hold a little bit more weight down on him and get out and be a tall, swole motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And be a terror then. Because, he'll be getting out about when he's 45 years old or whatever. But that's cool, man. 20 years is a W. And Rico gets to that point in this video. Let's continue with it.
And I got to give him a W for that. Boss Luck from Murder Town, he got 27 years for 3 bodies. He killed 3 people. Or he got 1 body in 2 attempts, however it worked. He got 27 years. Whenever you see, and I'm not, I ain't an advocate for violence.
Damn, he said this other niggas, compared to him, shit, he should have probably got like 7 years then, right? He only got 27 years for 3 bodies. Can you be rehabilitated if you were locked up and arrested and found guilty of killing 3 different people? You could take 3 lives. Can you be rehabilitated after that? I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure, but yeah, let's continue.
But when you get offenders who get these violent crimes and these violent offenses, whenever they get a dub and they still in their 20s themselves, that's a W. You got to look at it as something that they can come back from, learn their lesson while they in jail and come back rehabilitated. Because the person who sent me these updates, I don't know if it's the same guy, but he pretty much told me Munno wasn't doing too well and mentally, kind of like, how YNW Melly, he looking good to us on the outside, but on the inside of the walls, motherfuckers really want their freedom. I don't know how Munno handling that, but at least you get to come home from this shit, my boy.
Right. At least he gets to come home and enjoy his family. His peoples, they can come and visit him. He can find a better bitch than he ever found in his life. He can get some understanding being in jail for that short period of time. For killing somebody. That's a short period of time. 20 years, man, that ain't nothing, especially, like I said, when you're 25 years old. 20 years might kill me. That might be the last time y'all ever see me if I got 20 years, man. And believe it or not, I'm out here. I'm still out here in the community, deep in the streets, man. But 20 years for one person is not 20 years for another person. So I can't afford 20. I can't afford them. But, shout out to 757 Munno. He does have time to think, reflect on what he did. Because that other person, like X-Man Rico said, that other person, he ain't coming back, man. He ain't coming back. All right, so that's the end of the show, man. That's the end of the live stream, man. I want to say thank you to everybody that came through, man. Everybody that put the comments in the comment section. Everybody that's rocking with the channel, man. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. Y'all are hitting that subscribe button. I'll be back later with more news and commentary. Your homeboy, Low from the Go, man. Check out the new format of the show. We going live, man. We going live. I'm answering questions right there. So if y'all got questions, go ahead and put them up on the screen. I'm answering questions right there in real time, man. Peace.